Kursten, you're the head of the World Languages program for Ensign Peak Academy. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
I am thrilled to know that kids in the school can learn world languages. I have a couple of my own kids enrolled in Ensign Peak Academy. Well, three of them, and my daughter is taking Spanish, and she's very excited about it.
Great.
I would love for you to tell people who are interested in perhaps enrolling in the school or enrolling in one of the world language courses what it's all about.
Okay. Well, the world language courses, we have the high school and we also have a middle school program, which is just slightly different. So I'll talk first about the high school program. So the high school world language program consists of the base of it is Rosetta Stone, which they use on a daily basis. It's best if used about 3 times a week. And Rosetta Stone it takes them through just levels of learning for it's called ACTFL, which is the American Council for Teachers of Foreign Languages, and it follows that, which means that it's a wonderful base for languages, whether it's elementary school, junior high, high school, college. Typically, we use Rosetta Stone just for high school, um, and we'll prepare them for any level of language learning. So that's the base level of it. And then what we add is once a week, there is a 50-minute class. And during that 50-minute class, we talk about the culture of the language. For example, I teach French. And so I talk about French culture all around the world. Most students, when they join, they think that it's only spoken in France and maybe a little in Canada, which is very true. However, I let them know that there's so many more countries and that it's actually spoken on pretty much every continent except for Antarctica. So, especially in Africa, which is where it's growing hugely. So that's fun to explore different countries. So the culture and a bit of geography that we do in class, along with helping to ground them a little bit in the restored gospel of Jesus Christ and what that means in these different cultures and in these different languages. So, for example, what church might look like, or missionary work might look like, or different temples around the world, things like that. So, it makes for a really nice, well rounded program to be able to talk about those things in class and also spend some time communicating in the language and having some group interaction and communication with the language and some basic grammar skills. So that in pretty much a nutshell is what we do with the program, especially for our high school. So for our middle school, it's slightly different. It's just the once a week coming to class for middle school, and they no longer do the Rosetta Stone. They can if they wish, but they do not have to. The introduction to middle school language classes consist of the culture and a little bit of face-to-face interaction and communication, along with the restored gospel, just like the high school. But we don't use Rosetta Stone. We actually do games in class and have videos and things that they practice afterwards and then upload. I like to have my students use the media format in Canvas and upload videos after watching. For example, this last week we've been working on numbers, and so numbers 1 to 10. Well, no, 1 to 20, and especially 1 to 10, and some fun videos that they're able to watch, and some things that we practiced in school. We played a little battleship game that was fun with numbers and letters, and then we have them upload themselves. They send it to me, and then I get to see and listen to their language progression. So makes for a fun introduction to the language and to the culture.
What are all the languages that are available?
So currently, well, all of the languages that are available through Rosetta Stone are whatever languages Rosetta Stone has available. I couldn't tell you what all of them are, but there's quite a variety. But for the school this year, we have French and German and Spanish and Korean. And that kind of varies year to year and where, the needs that we have for that particular year and the students that wish to enroll.
That sounds great. And since it hews to that ACTFL standard you were talking about earlier, that
Mhm.
means that they're going to be learning approximately the same concepts they would at most other schools, right? It's a pretty popular standard.
Yes, yes, yep. All across the country, that's a language standard that works to, get into college and continue learning into college if that's their goal.
Well, that sounds great. Thanks for telling us all about it, Kirsten. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.